Hello. Come on my walk with me as I walk home from the pool. My neighbor's pool that I go to in her condo, Bella's place. Such a beautiful, relaxing place to go. But I'm walking home now, and there's a subject I've been wanting to talk about on my videos lately, and I thought I'm just going to take you on my walk with me and talk about this subject. And the subject is self-help. I am so tired of self-help. Aren't you all? For many, many years I was reading self-help books, whether it be about weight loss, health, nutrition, mental illnesses, well, maybe that's kind of strong to say mental illnesses. Mental, emotional problems. I think everybody has them to some degree. Mine being, I've never called myself actually OCD, but I do have very obsessive compulsive tendencies, with cleaning and making sure that everything is done all the time. And, oh, excuse me, dropping my stuff. I have my pool towel and my pool clothes and stuff. Anyway, so this is going to be funny. I've been researching self-help on how to get rid of self-help. Isn't that funny? And, I've had this conversation with people, especially my age. We're tired of it. Always trying to improve yourself. They always have a new thing coming out, whether it's about health and nutrition or mental, emotional, problems, things in our brain that control us. I have had an eating disorder, which I have under control for a long time, but I know it's still there in my mind. I think with any addiction, and my eating disorder was addiction, addicting to using food as a self-help, a comfort, a medication, if you will. There's this subject now that people talk about, and I read a couple books about it. Neuroplasticity. I've mentioned it in some of my other videos, and I read this book in particular for people that suffer with chronic pain, and how being aware of neuroplasticity can help you. And it just got so frustrating for me because I read the books, I understand the topic, but it never helps me. How does that actually help my pain? It's kind of like a mind over matter thing. As you develop these neural pathways in your brain to be less pain, you're going to be in less pain, and you're just going to be able to live your life like you used to, like before. Thinking of me in first person, before I had to leave my job or use a cane to walk or suffer so much in the morning when I get up. Will I live like that again? Will I just go back to that, even though I have a permanent injury from surgery? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I absolutely believe in positive thought and that our mental well-being can be determined a lot by, like I said, positive thought and just keeping our minds in a certain good place. But it doesn't cure us. We never get cured from these things. Has anybody ever been cured of anything from a self-help book? I'd like to know. I'd really like to know. But it's the kind of thing where I think now, when I see ads for that come up in my Facebook and my ads on my computer, my phone apps, social media, I almost give myself a little chuckle inside. I mean, I'm not mad at the world of self-help. I'm not angry. But I can't even say I'm annoyed or fed up. I almost look at it now as like a comical thing. Maybe there are books and self-help techniques that have really helped people. Maybe there really are. But I'm just at the point in my life where I find it comical. And I'm really gonna not partake in that anymore. I tend to be like, I don't get angry or annoyed with things. I start to see them for what they really are, things in life. And it becomes comical to me that people have wasted on reading about and thinking, oh, this is really gonna help me. And they run to everybody they know and they say, this is what I'm gonna do now. This is really gonna help me. Oh my gosh, I found this new thing. I'm crossing the street. I found this new thing and it's really gonna help me, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and you have to read this book, and all of that is, to me, has just become so, no, I don't wanna have anything to do with it anymore. If anything, going quietly inside with the God of your understanding and talking to God, talking over things with God in a spiritual way, that's the way that's helped me with things. I want to know others' opinions on this. Let me know your opinions on this. Thanks for coming on my walk with me. Good night. I just had a few more thoughts about the whole self-help books and everything we learn about our brains and the things we could do to help ourselves. And just bringing it back down to this part in my life, as I call the wildflower years, where it's my retirement years. Although I'm not officially retired, I'm on a long-term disability leave, but I don't think I can go back. So it's like I'm retired. I'm living these years with a disability, and just these years in our 60s, 70s, 80s, and the wildflower years. But it made me think, I was thinking about this more, and I was thinking, to sum it all up about the self-help books and podcasts and different things we can listen to. There's so many things we can listen to nowadays on places like Spotify, and there's just so much information available. So it's even more pronounced at this point in life, where we not only have books, but we have podcasts and talk shows. Has anybody ever listened to Dr. Laura? You can learn from her, I guess, but to me it's just more of like funny to see what people call in about. But I guess in this point in our life, with self-help books and podcasts and all this stuff, self-help in general, wouldn't it be better to take all the life lessons that we've learned and kind of put that together and creating our own self-help just by living our lives based on things that we've learned, lessons that we've learned? And like I was saying before, I believe truly that God is within each one of us, in our hearts, in our soul. And when we talk and pray to God, it's about putting that energy together with God's love and figuring out things for ourselves, because He gave us a heart and a soul and a brain. And I like that. I'm not going to read any more self-help books or anything. I have a couple in my Amazon cart, you know, the audiobooks. Sometimes I listen to audiobooks instead of reading the books. I read books also, but I'm going to tune into myself and the godly spirit in me, and try to just live my life in a smart way based on the lessons that I've learned in life. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's my final words on the subject of self-help. Thanks for watching.